Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk to you all about why God chose to live among us. Everyone have their own way of gearing up for Christmas. Whether it's decorating your house, then you decorate your Christmas tree, or you sing carols, whatnot. But is that really all that we need to know about this season? Tis the season, right? God came down on earth to teach us some very important lesson. The first of these is to always be compassionate. Now let's understand what is compassion. God himself is compassion. I am not wrong. God is compassion. He breathed, he lived compassion. Now imagine the Son of God, Son of the Most High, being born in a manger. In the olden times when kings and queens had children, they'd announce it to the entire village or the town that they ruled. And people would bring expensive gifts and whatnot. But God wanted to teach us this. He was born in a manger. He was born to the son of a carpenter. Imagine that. He decided not to announce himself to kings and queens, but he decided to announce it to the shepherds. At that time, the shepherds were considered a very low class, an outcast, if I were to put it in an easier term. But he decided to announce it to them. Imagine Jesus being born in that situation, what all he must have been put through. He didn't have a proper bed to sleep. He was born in a stable, instead of getting a proper education, he had to learn carpentry because his father Joseph was a carpenter. Why would God choose to go through so much trouble? We know that he would know that God he's the most powerful force in the universe. He will know. He had absolutely nobody. He came alone and he died alone. He suffered alone. Just for us. Can we get, a better Christmas gift than this? People these days expect, I don't know what, an iPhone 13, if that's the iPhone 13, or whatever expensive gifts. But I think this is probably the greatest gift that we all can receive. The second one that I want to hint upon is service, or to serve. Now let's just take a very powerful human being, right? And he's a millionaire, a billionaire, whoever you want to think about. He gives up all of his incomes, he gives up all of his riches, and then he chooses to live an measly salary. But amongst all of that, what he wants to do is he wants to confront people who mourn. He wanted, to change the laws of not receive righteousness, and whatever, suggest that his fellow rich people and everything follow in whatever he's doing. It's something that we cannot imagine, right? Why would somebody give up all that he's worked for, and then he turned to something like this? But God did that, didn't he? God he has all the power in the world. He is omnipotent, as we like to call him. God, who has all the power, gave it up to serve. Whatever his ministry, he wanted to serve people. He wanted people to know about the truth. God is embodying himself in human form and coming. That is what is service. We have to do the same. We will also be doing it. Then the incarnation would be us, and we can keep on giving it. The third and the last point I would like to hint upon is redemption. Yes, we do know that he came down and whatnot, but he came down to save us from the biggest one, the big one, death. It is death. At the end of the day, we're all born. From the time we take our first breath, we're losing time. We don't know. We don't know when, our biological clock will stop ticking. When will we take our last breath? All that we do from our first breath to our last is what God will consider. That is what God will consider for us, so that we can have a place in heaven or inferno down below. Death happens only once, at the end of our life. Jesus also redeems day to day. Whatever has happening between our first breath and the last, God is redeeming us, isn't He? So all of these are like a flow chart. Point 1 to point 2 to point 3. Without one of them working, the entire building will collapse, just like that. My dear brothers and sisters, I hope this message has been a blessing to you all. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I wish you all an advanced Christmas and a Happy New Year. Take care all.